Then what do we have? What do you want to cover next? The Twitter shenanigans.
Twitter is the best it's ever been, and the worst it's ever been, and somehow that's exactly what Twitter should be. You know, most people who know me know that I have a love-hate relationship with Twitter because it really is my last and final addiction. It took the place of drinking and smoking weed and doing drugs and sex and men and Molly and cocaine and all the other things.
Sounds like a lot.
That just shows you how powerful Twitter is. And it could replace all of those things.
Wow, Bridget.
And it's something from like 2013 that I've really struggled with. I've written tons of pieces, Diary of a Twitter Junkie. I should just write that book. And watching it go through all of these cycles, seeing our former troll in chief basically rise to become the president of the United States on Twitter, truly through Twitter, and then get disappeared off Twitter. And now we have Elon Musk, who has bought Twitter.
Your nemesis.
My nemesis, and taken it private and made it his own playground where we are all his dolls in his dollhouse. And it's going about as well as you would imagine. There's an inherent brain damage that comes from never hearing no. And billionaires don't hear no ever. They just don't hear it. And so they get brain damage. They surround themselves with people who are sycophants and yes men and stans who don't tell them that's maybe a bad idea. And if they do, you get fired usually. And so they're just left with people who are nodding and telling you, yeah, that's a great idea. You should verify everybody. What could possibly go wrong with no actual verification? And as you might imagine, literally everyone on the internet could predict this, by the way. Everyone on Twitter is like, well, this is going to be a shit show. And it was. Immediately, they launched Twitter Blue, which is the verification for nobodies like me and you. And then people immediately started buying it and impersonating brands and wreaking havoc.
These are some of our favorites. Okay, we've got
so many good
Nestle.
ones.
We steal your water and sell it back to you. LOL. This is the verified Nestle account.
This is why this is the funniest stuff, is because it is the little people paying $8 to like get their message out about so many of the grievances they have with these massive corporations, and it has been the best it's ever been. I will give him that.
We have Coca-Cola. We are proud to announce that we are the #1 plastic polluter in the world 4 years in a row. And with God as my witness, we will vow to do a 5th.
I do love Coca-Cola, though.
So do I.
So good. I'll never forget the day, Bridget, that you woke up in the middle of the night and got a can of Coke and just pounded it.
I'm like notorious for that.
Just like pounded it, and then it's like, and then like goes back to sleep.
My best friend still makes fun of me for doing this in high school when we were all like in a hotel room and I woke up in the middle of the night and just grabbed a Coke and slammed it. And I was like, it's just so refreshing.
Okay, then we have some awesome SpaceX ones. People often ask why we at SpaceX have accepted billions in government subsidies during our lifespan to do a quarter of what NASA pulled off decades ago, but with a privatized company. We don't have a good answer, but people often ask us. And then SpaceX, someone told Elon his dick would be bigger on Mars, and that's honestly what all of this has been about.
So good. I mean, the best tweet. I've seen so many hilarious tweets, but there's one tweet that was going around and I've seen a couple of versions of it where it's like Twitter is like Elon Musk is like the substitute teacher that has like no control over the class. Like he just came in and everybody's just not listening to him and going crazy.
I mean, what did he expect? I don't know. And then there were, do you want to do the Eli Lilly ones?
Yeah, those were important.
Okay, so we had Eli Lilly and Company. We are excited to announce insulin is free now.
I actually believed that one.
That one looked very real.
Yeah.
And then Eli.
And it should be free.
Well,
or at least like $5.
The funniest thing to me is that their account name, Eli Lilly and Co., sounds much more official than the official account name, which is @LilyPad.
Oh, that's dumb.
Like, what?
Yeah, even if you read the handle, you'd be like, this
That's
is fake.
the fake one.
Yeah.
Then, the real Eli Lilly said, we apologize to those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Lilly account. Our official Twitter account is @LilyPad. Then Bernie Sanders jumped in.
Wait, but there was also then another fake account that jumped in and made fun of the real account's apology.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
So there was that as well, where they're like, we apologize. I forgot what it was. It was really funny. And then Bernie Sanders,
Bernie Sanders jumped in and said, let's be clear, Eli Lilly should apologize for increasing the price of insulin by over 1,200% since 1996 to $275, while it costs less than $10 to manufacture. The inventors of insulin sold their patents in 1923 for $1 to save lives, not to make Eli Lilly's CEO obscenely rich. And then Elon Musk got involved. And
because he was back up there. The theory is he got involved to try and correct this because after all of the shenanigans with Eli Lilly, their stocks and the other insulin maker stocks all took a massive dive. And they were saying, oh, is this because of Elon and making fun of it partially, but mostly it's because everybody had their eye on how much insulin is and they don't like it when people are paying attention to how they're price gouging people who are going to die without insulin.
That's such bullshit.
And they don't do this in other countries. They do not do this in other countries. This is just something we do in America, and it's fucking garbage and bullshit. And I don't know how it's legal. And it really riles me up on the like populist hero level.
Okay, well then Elon did get involved and he said, full answer to insulin price question is complex. Short answer is that original insulin discovered in 1921, not 1923, is inexpensive.
Naturally.
Costing as little as $25. New higher efficacy analog variants of insulin are more expensive.
Like he's going to come in and be the actually guy too.
Yeah.
Elon's this is what would happen to me though if I was addicted to Twitter and had $173 billion.
Well, and then
I
he
would
bought
buy
his
Twitter.
addiction. Yeah.
Don't get high on your own supply, Elon. Jesus. This is like rule number 1 of drug dealing. Elon's just like mountain of coke. Let's go.
Yeah, he's mainlining that shit.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's all over the place on this site. How is he getting any work done? What's going on with Tesla?
Who knows?
The robots are making
it.
Well, and then Elon got fact check on his fact
Twitter.
check by Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
It's such a shit show. It is. It's so bad. I haven't been able to like turn away, which is what he's like, it's not boring. And I was like, well, yeah, but it's like watching train wreck. It doesn't. Yeah.
Well, the fact check was a RAND study in 2020 found that in the United States, the average price of the standard unit of insulin analog is $99.94, but in non-US OECD countries, the average price is $9.32. That's such bullshit.
That's a big
Burn
difference.
it all down. I mean, this alone, if like Twitter shuts down and insulin becomes free, then it was all worth it.
Elon really bought Twitter just to get insulin.
Somebody was joking, like, can Elon buy Fox News next?
Well, and then one of my favorites ever, the interaction. I just love what people choose to do with their time in terms of these fake accounts
smart,
and what they come up with. Because this was the best. George W. Bush, I miss killing Iraqis. And then Tony Blair, same TBH.
How old do we think these people are?
Probably. I mean, they've got to be like Gen X. That seems like a Gen X joke. Yeah. You wouldn't, I don't think like Gen Z knows. Maybe they know, maybe some.
Well, maybe not the Tony Blair, George Bush one.
That seems
like
very
the Nestle one.
That's like our generation growing up and being mad.
Yeah.
It's just such a great, like, it never would have occurred to me to do that, you know?
God, it's just been so fun and it's so hard to turn away. And it really is. It really, not much has changed. It was like a little crazy when everybody was buying. Oh, so they stopped selling Twitter Blue like 2 days after they rolled it out.
They
had
did?
to say, yeah. And so they had to like scale it back because they're apparently just like test riding all this stuff in real time and not listening to the entire internet.
Who knew this was bad?
This is like crypto though. It's like, oh, if only 10,000, somebody had some joke that was so funny. Like, if only thousands more people had told me that crypto was a Ponzi scheme, I might have listened.